OpenAI spent over $100 million training their O1 reasoning model. A Chinese startup called DeepSeek just built an equivalent for $5.6 million. Not $56 million, $5.6. And in January 2025, it dethroned ChatGPT as the #1 app in the United States App Store.
Chinese AI app DeepSeek is the most popular free app in the Apple App Store today. This is causing stocks to fall.
This morning, the powerful new Chinese artificial intelligence app called DeepSeek igniting a sell-off on Wall Street. Shares of Nvidia, the largest U.S. maker of the chips that power AI here, plunging 17%, with the company losing nearly $600 billion in market value, the biggest single-day loss ever for a U.S. company. The fall triggered by the emergence of DeepSeek, an AI chatbot that works similarly to ChatGPT.
In a single day, Nvidia lost $600 billion in market value. $600 billion. That is more than the GDP of Poland, more than the entire market capitalization of Tesla. Vanished in 24 hours because of a Chinese AI model that cost less than $6 million to train. DeepSeek R1 matches OpenAI O1 on mathematics benchmarks. On the 2024 American Invitational Mathematics Examination, DeepSeek scored 79.8%. OpenAI scored 79.2%. On competitive programming, DeepSeek hit 96.3% accuracy. OpenAI hit 96.6%. The performance gap is negligible. The cost gap is not. DeepSeek charges 55 cents per million input tokens and $2.19 for output. OpenAI charges $15 input and $60 output. That is a 95% price difference. For developers running high-volume reasoning tasks, an operation costing $10,000 monthly on OpenAI costs $500 on DeepSeek. Same quality, 2% of the price. Here is where it gets uncomfortable for Silicon Valley. DeepSeek trained this model using Nvidia H800 chips, not H100s, H800s. Those are the export-restricted chips China receives because of US sanctions. The chips considered inferior, the ones that supposedly make frontier AI impossible without American hardware. DeepSeek just proved that assumption wrong, using hardware the US government specifically blocked from China to prevent exactly this outcome. The policy failed spectacularly. DeepSeek disclosed $5.576 million for compute during 55 days of training on 2,048 H800 GPUs. For comparison, OpenAI reportedly spent north of $100 million on O1. DeepSeek used a training approach called Group Relative Policy Optimization that skips expensive human feedback stages entirely. The model taught itself to reason through pure trial and error. Think of it like this. OpenAI hired thousands of tutors to teach their AI step by step. DeepSeek gave their AI the answer key and let it figure out the steps itself. Same result, fraction of the cost. And DeepSeek released everything. The model weights, the training scripts, the complete methodology. Open source under an MIT license. Anyone can download it, modify it, run it locally, and deploy it commercially without paying DeepSeek a single dollar. OpenAI's models remain closed. You access them only through API calls at $60 per million output tokens with no visibility into how they work. Sam Altman called DeepSeek's work impressive, but publicly expressed skepticism about the efficiency claims.
DeepSeek appears to have found a more efficient way to power AI. Was that a moment of rethink for you? And are you doing anything differently now?
I think the DeepSeek team is very talented and did a lot of good things. I don't think they figured out something like way more efficient than what we figured out.
Then, within weeks, OpenAI released their first open source model in 6 years. You can decide which message to believe, the words or the actions.
So this code red warning comes from a leaked memo cited by the Journal and the Information. And in it, Sam Altman tells staff to pause work on ads, health and shopping agents, and then shift focus back to their core ChatGPT experience, faster responses, better personalization, more reliable answers.
When a company that has kept every model proprietary for half a decade suddenly open sources one immediately after a cheaper competitor launches, the message is clear. They are worried. The market understood immediately. Nvidia's $600 billion loss. Mark Zuckerberg accelerated Meta's Llama 4 timeline. The playbook shifted from closed competitive advantages to open efficiency races almost overnight. If a $6 million model can match a $100 million model, the moat everyone assumed was structural just evaporated. There are legitimate concerns. All data routes through servers in China. Multiple governments, including the US, UK, and Italy, have restricted or banned its use in official capacities due to data sovereignty concerns. For sensitive enterprise work, that is disqualifying. But for non-sensitive applications, research, and experimentation, the cost-performance equation is impossible to ignore. The implications go beyond one model. If you don't need billions of dollars to build frontier AI, if export restrictions on advanced chips don't prevent capability breakthroughs, if open source models can match proprietary ones at 2% of the cost, then every assumption about competitive advantage in AI needs revision. The barriers to entry just collapsed. DeepSeek proved that resourcefulness beats resources. Efficiency beats brute force. Open collaboration beats closed development. Whether that represents an existential threat to Silicon Valley or simply forces the industry toward better cost efficiency depends on how the incumbents respond. But $600 billion vanishing in one day suggests the market already made its decision. You can test DeepSeek R1 yourself right now. The model is free, the code is public. Tell us in the comments how it compares to ChatGPT or Claude in your actual workflows, because the benchmark data says one thing. Real-world usage will tell us what actually matters. If you like the video, please click on the like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.